All right, man. Let's talk about Malcolm Rodriguez talks about why he slid in the 2020 NFL draft. A lot of people had him as a sleeper. You see a lot of sleepers fall in the draft. I forget it was a receiver back in the day. Not so long ago, he slipped and he didn't end up doing well in the league. He was real fast. I mean, you got people who think they got the sleeper of the draft and all that type of stuff, and they don't really never pan out or something like that. But at the end of the day, linebacker. It's been proven that smaller players can play middle inside linebacker. I mean, um, uh, you just look, throughout history of football, later history, a lot of these dudes, man, they were, as a middle linebacker, they want to be 6'3", 6'4". I mean, this monstrous linebacker. But our history, it's a lot of guys that wasn't that big. I mean, Chris Spillman was only 6'4". You know, um, Ray Lewis wasn't that big neither. You know, Ray Lewis wasn't that big neither, but Bobby Wagner ain't that big, Fran Warner ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes don't be that big, man. So a lot of these dudes, historically when you start looking, a lot of these dudes, is really, the exception. The exception is they seem to be, tall, bigger linebackers, these 6'4" linebackers. Those are the exception. Like Mike Singletary was 5'11". Ray Lewis was what? Ray Lewis was what? 6'1". I mean, they got this imagination of these dudes are like these 6'4", 6'3" big linebackers, and they just don't really exist like that no more. Bobby Wagner, 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Fred Warner of the San Francisco 49ers. What is he? And he's 6'3". He's Fred Warner. He won the last of the Mohegans. We talking about somebody like Navarro Bowman, just to give you all the just to give y'all just like some comparisons. He was 6 foot, 242. I mean, then you go, I mean, obviously N'Kobe Dean, he dropped in the draft. I mean, so one of my favorites, Eric Kendricks, plays for the Vikings, unfortunately, but I love him. Love him in the linebacker. He's 6 foot 220. So, the game is a lot different. You look at somebody like Malcolm Rodriguez, see what he is. And he talks about how he kind of gets around. And he 5'11". So he right there with a lot of those guys. 5'11", 230. So in a sense of girth, he right there. I mean, Eric Kendricks 227, 6 foot. Navarro Bowman was 242, 6 foot. Um, Fred Warner 229. So 241 for Ray Lewis. So yeah. I mean, so yeah, I don't really think it's the biggest concern, but it's how he able to counteract his weaknesses, you know. And he was a wrestler, he say. So said Michael Rodriguez addresses concerns about his undersized Detroit Lions rookie linebackers ready to make an impact on defense. And they've like they've been saying, they've been leaking out. They feel really good about their linebackers. They find really good about it. Michael Rodriguez has officially embarked on his rookie season in the NFL. Drafted in the sixth round by Detroit Lions, the Oklahoma State linebacker expected to come in and make an impact. Speaking on Woodward Sports or Woodward Heavyweights show, Rodriguez shared his thoughts on beginning his career with the Lions. Quote, "It's definitely surreal," Rodriguez said. Quote, "When I got up there working out a little bit, OTAs and everything, it kind of hit me a little bit. But until I hit that first preseason game, I feel like it's going to smack me in the face and be like, yeah, you're here now. It's kind of going to be a little shock, but I've kind of let it ease into me so far. Um, Coming out of high school in Wagner, Oklahoma, he had the option to play either football or basketball. After choosing football and heading to Oklahoma State, he quickly realized that playing professionally was becoming a reality. Said, quote, after college, my draft stock and all that came back, so I was like, let's go all the way. Rodriguez said, I kind of put everything into it. It's going to pay out. So I just kind of busted my tail ever since I was 6 and started playing. It's just one of those things that I'm just blessed to make it so far. While at Wagner, Rodriguez won the wrestling state championship despite being undersized as a linebacker, 5'11". He developed the physicality on the wrestling mat that carried over to the gridiron. It says the linebackers explained that though many view him being undersized as a detriment, there are advantages to having shorter arms and compact stature. He said, quote, it's just one of those things where it was a height thing. That's why I fell so far in the draft. Rodriguez said, quote, the height and the arms I always kind of use it to my advantage being a wrestler and having different angles and different ways to attack people, in linemen. Obviously, with short, compact arms, either it's hit them or beat them with speed. He said it's one of those things where I just kind of put it in the back of my mind and go out there and try to be around the ball with my instincts and everything. The ability to move quickly and attack will fit well with the Detroit defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn hoping to do with this new scheme. He said the new scheme reminds me a lot of what we did at OSU. Rodriguez said, "quote We put guys in gaps and each had a gap. The defensive line in front of us, there one gap." And take that gap if not linebackers are shooting through. He makes it very simple with run keys, pass keys, and you're going to play very fast like I did at Oklahoma State. It's going to be a fun system to be in, especially for my first year. So, I mean, they should go and talk about some impressions that he made and all that. So, Barry Sanders with the Oklahoma State won the Heisman. He backed up Thurman Thomas and stuff of that nature. So, I mean, it's cool. It's real cool. So we'll see if he can compact that, get over that. But to me, the going rate from inside linebackers is around 6 feet. They're not these, they historically they tell you they're supposed to be these you know, they're supposed to be these big physical, big linebackers. But today you gotta be able to run too. So, you gotta be able to, cover the pass again. These running backs just as good as receivers. Uh, so that is what it is. But yeah, we see if we can make an impact. They feel real good about you know, they feel real good about them. We'll see on Sunday. You know, so but yeah, we'll see, man. We got Jared Davis backing him up, so he really ain't got much pressure behind him. You know what I'm saying? uh, you know, but yeah, so he got to really look over his shoulder at all too, man. With you know, Jared Davis back there, man. But man, it's gonna be interesting, man. But I'm pulling for him, man. Lee Taylor was the main person talking about Michael Rodriguez from the day one. He said he was a sleeper, and you know, kind of would probably double hurt him is had he been doing what he did in the SEC, probably would have went a lot earlier. Honestly, had he been doing that in the SEC, probably he probably would have went a lot earlier. But um, you know, being in the Big 12 where they have a reputation for not playing defense, it is what it is. N'Kobe Dean, he played in the SEC, but he was hella undersized though. You know what I'm saying? But he was a freak. He's a freak athlete, but he still won the third round. I mean, look at his height. Then he like a rocket scientist or something like that. So he was 225, 6 feet. So you know, that's probably right where Michael Rodriguez probably deserved to go in the sixth round just based off that. Most people had a first round grade on the Kobe Dean. People forget that, man. People thought he's gonna go pretty high. I heard people talking about, well, he should have went in like the first round. I mean, the top 10. They were saying the Lions should think about him at 2. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting. They got the power. Dean and Michael Rodriguez got the power to tilt it, but we seen it happen time and time again, bro. We seen it happen time and time again with um, we seen it happen time and time again with smaller linebackers. So I mean, I don't really think it's as big as some things they make. Most of these great linebackers and the great ones today, some of them in the past, they were smaller linebackers too. So a lot of people gonna be looking for big things from him. So I ain't like you got much to beat out in Jared Davis at middle linebacker. I mean, maybe Derek Barnes might put something up, but he just, like I said before, you can't expect him to get out there and cover and all that type of stuff, man, either. So you can't really expect him to get out there and do much. But yeah. We'll see. Can we get another Big 12 legend like we had in Barry Sanders? Can he be formidable, or will they be next year? Looking for linebackers. Nobody in Detroit likes nobody in Detroit likes the Lions linebackers. Excuse me. Nobody. So I mean, that's just something to look at. Nobody likes their linebackers. So, um, but I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the Trail Lines Talk playlist for more videos like this. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Um, Other than that, hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. In the link tree, you can reach out to me if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, chop it up, whatever it may be. Also, you can find Spotify and Anchor there. Rate me on Spotify. Also, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal there as well too. So appreciate the love support. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But yeah, let me know what you think about Malcolm Rodriguez, and will he come in and make an impact? Or he just be another statistic and we be right back here next year in the draft looking for a linebacker. So appreciate you guys, girls and guys. Peace.